Hello guys, welcome back to Template Tutorials. In this tutorial, I am going to teach you all that you need to know about rows, columns and cells in the Microsoft Excel. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So as you can see that on my worksheet, I just made some students data here, which consists of grade, streams, boys, girls and total number of students. So you can see we have the preschool, we have kindergarten 1 to up to basic from basic 1 to basic 6. So what I want us to do here first is to know how to insert a row or cell. So first of all, assuming if you want to insert a row, let's say if you want to insert a row between the D and the E, you just have to come to the E side, select it this way and go and click on insert. You see we have the insert button here. So you can see in order for you to find the insert button, it's not located under any ribbon. The insert here is located inside the home tab. You can see it at the top here. You have insert here. So assuming if you do not see it here, make sure you are under the home tab. So you have to just come and click on the insert button here. If you click on this one once, it will work, or you can click on the small icon here and then click on insert your column. So you can see the column will be inserted between the D and the F. So another way of also inserting a column is that we can also insert a column not just before but also after this one. So assuming if I want a cell to be inserted, let's say maybe after this one or so, I can again go back to the insert tab and do the same thing. It will be inserted at the back of it. But so again, not just only the columns, you can also insert a row inside or between another cell or after a different cell. So assuming if I have a kindergarten here and I want to insert a row after the kindergarten 1 or before the kindergarten 1, I want it to be between the 3 and the 4. I can insert one there by selecting the whole of this one, where it will come up before that cell. So it's going to come before this cell 4. So I'll select this row and I'll come to this side and also click on the insert button and click on insert rows. You can see that it will also come, it will shift that cell that I selected earlier on down. It will not insert that row at that side. So let me remove all of it. So now I also want us to do one thing. You can see that the text here, the preschool, when you select this cell, the cell name is written here. We don't have something like cell 3A, we rather have A3. The alphabet name will come before the number. So you can see when you select on any cell at all, the name will be written here. You can see that's the name box. So if we select the cell A3, you can see the cell A3 inside the cell here, the name which is the text which is written here is not the same thing as what you are seeing here. So what you are seeing here is actually what is written inside here. But because these cells are all of the same size, it is getting cut off. So in order for it not to be cut off, you just have to select the whole of that row. You can see it's not a row, rather it's rather a column. You just have to select the whole of that column. And you either bring your cursor to the right side of it. You can see when I bring my cursor here, where the line ends, I'll click and hold and drag to adjust the space there. You can see I can either do it this way, you can see to make it fit, or if it is like this, I can just bring it here and I'll not drag, I'll just double click on it to just make sure that all the lines which are the text which are cut off will be fit inside in it. So you see what happens when I just double click on it, it automatically censored all the text which are being cut off, and they are able to align them the last line based on where the last text ends. So you can see even this one, the first one here, that's the student's data, it was inserted inside the A1 cell. So that's why also this one also it has been adjusted, the line has been adjusted. So but there's one thing again that I would like us to do here. You can observe that this is our student's data, but it's supposed to be a header and should be aligned at the center of our table here. But if you check it, it is only found inside the cell A1. So in order for it to be aligned at the center here, we can select the cell A1 where the text has been placed in and make sure we drag here to make sure that it will fill in all the places that we want it to be aligned. So assuming if you want the alignment to reach this side, so you have to drag it to this side. But this is where the table ends, so this is where I'll stop. So after doing this, under the home tab again, we have something that we call image and center. You can image something with a center in it. Imaging simply means you are joining the lines together, but you are not going to center it. But if you want, you can also center it. So let's image the cells and see what happens. So you see, when I image the cells, all of these lines have been gone, but it has not been centered. So but I rather want us to image and center. So I will click here and click on image and center. So you can see that it has been imaged and centered. Alright, so I want us to change the background of it by formatting it. So let's change the background color. So choose this brown here, and the text color I want us to choose color white. So also format the text color by giving it some font of 14, and we'll make it bold. Alright, so I think this way is not bad. So another way you can also see that another way of doing things here is we can also have a way of increasing the rows and the columns. So but here I want to be based on the rows, because you can increase the columns by just bringing it here to drag and increase the columns. But this way of increasing rows and columns is it can be done in a form of bulk way. So if I want to increase, let's say assuming there's this, so if I want to increase the lines, I don't have to be moving one after the other to be increasing the rows and the columns. There's a way of doing it so that all of it will be done at once. I mean, the rows can be done at once, and the columns also can be done at once. So to do that, you simply have to go and select the all button. You can see it's located at the top left corner. So just select it this way to select all of the cells here. So after doing that, you can simply just bring your cursor to, if you have to increase the row, to any part of the rows that you want. You can use the row 4, row 3, row 2. So if I'm increasing here, it will increase the rest also. So you see, it will automatically detect other rows also and increase the length here. So you can also do the same thing here. So you see what is happening. You can do the same thing all of it. So I'm just going to increase here also a little. Alright, so also in Microsoft Excel, we also have a shortcut way of adding rows and columns. So to do that, you simply have, assuming if you have to insert a row, let's say if you have to insert a row to the left, so I just have to select the one that I'm going to insert it, so before that row will come, so the column will come, because right now I'm dealing with columns. So if you select it this way, you just press Control plus Control with the plus button on your keyboard to insert that column to your left. So you can also do that by selecting multiple ones. So if I want another row to come to the left of this one, and I also want another row to come to the left of this one also. You see, when I select this one, I press and hold the Control key and I select this one also. So because I want another row to come to the left of the B, and I also want another row to come to the left of the E also. So I'll just press the Control and the plus button to insert those rows at the left side. Alright, you can also do the same thing to the rows here also. So I can select a multiple of it. I'll use the Control and the plus button to insert a row at the top of it. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and see you later in my next video.